no delay, no pause. Clatter the steeds of Santa Claus. Down through the chimney, loads of toys. Ho for the little ones, Christmas joys. Ho, 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 ho we go. Ho, 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 ho we go. On the housetop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney with the Saint Nick. Look in the stocking, little Bill. Oh, to see that glorious bill. Here is a hammer, lots of tacks, a whistle and a ball, a set of jacks. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the house, up, click, 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 down through the chimney, good Saint Nick.
What's up? All right, about to start the 13 Creeps of Christmas audiobook in preparation for audiobook selling at Hunt Valley Monster Mania in a couple weeks. All right, here we go. Let's see. Oh yeah, I should probably be recording. Spooky Basement 2, The 13 Creeps of Christmas. Probably don't even need to do that. Make sure it sounds cool. Spooky Basement 2, The 13 Creeps of Christmas. Sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty fucking loud. Alright. Skip all that. Alright, robot voice. I am a robot. I am a robot. Chapter 1. Baron and Grindex to electronics. A robot. Good start. Chapter 1. Baron and Grindex to electronics. A robotic voice demanded loudly. Baron and Grindex to electronics. Fuck. Baron rose from the toilet. Hanging from the stall door in front of him, his best friend / guitar / spider monster Grindex chilled with his eyes slammed shut because he didn't want to see shit, either figurative or literal. Let me switch these. Yes, or why do we always have to deal with the customers? Baron grumbled. Where's Dweem? Cart duty, man, Grindex grumbled back. Dude is always on cart duty. Has been ever since that old grandpa caught him staring at his nipples. Baron kicked open the stall door and didn't flush. My son is such a disappointment, he thought. Ultra Slaughterhouse had been such a baller kid. He painted smiley faces on his belly with sunscreen, made killer extra heavy PBJs, and could tell a ghost story that would make your pubes stand at attention. But then he hit a certain age, said he'd rather be called Dweem than Ultra Slaughterhouse, and began wearing ladies' cut shirts because they made him look skinnier and hotter, even though he was still morbidly obese and thought a single serving of Hot Pockets was 18. Baron washed his hands and went back to the stall to pick up Grindex. His buddy looked up at him and smiled a spider-fang smile. Fuck, man. Grindex is getting old, too. His blacker than a witch's butthole paint was chipped. Cataracts had degraded his 8 eyes from neon purple to a milky lavender, and his razor wire strings were covered in a dull patina. He looked like an old, farty Labrador. Baron avoided his own reflection in the mirror as he and Grindex busted out of the employee bathroom and re-entered the blinding fluorescent light of the cacophonic, capitalistic cavern that was Blur Spy. All around them, dumpy/rotund fucks minced with their fanny packs taut and their phones out, making sure that whatever they were considering buying in store wasn't cheaper online. It was always cheaper online. Baron and Grindex to electronics right friggin' now! The robot squawked over the PA. Fuck off, Elizabeth Bitcherson, Baron growled. Fuck off, Elizabeth Bitcherson, Baron growled. Grindex chuckled at the clever pun, as he and Baron both knew the assistant manager's real name was Elizabeth Cunterson. The duo stomped over to electronics and turned off the aisle pager, where a dumpy/rotund fuck sighed and looked up from his phone. Finally, he sighed. How can I help you, kind dark sir? Baron said with a bow. After a decade of working in retail, he learned how to appease patrons and keep bullshit to a minimum. Give me one of those Stim Major Stanley Funko Pop. Don't use the real brand name. Give me one of those Stim Major Stanley Funko Pop figures. Baron unlocked the game case and reached past a bunch of Escape from Sideburn Mountain VR video games and color-changing Escape from Sideburn Mountain coffee mugs that nerds only used for cocoa because coffee was yucky and a drug. Beyond those were the Escape from Sideburn Mountain Funko Pops, nothing more than palette-swapped identical pieces of square plastic. Baron removed a figure that was wearing blast goggles and holding a test tube at his crotch. The customer's face scrunched up, making him look like a pimpy Hey, why is this not working, boys? There we go. The customer's face scrunched up, making him look like a pimply/rosacea-y Sharpay. That's Stim Major Andrew, you maroon. Stim Major Stanley is who transmogrified himself into a wisecracking ghostbuster. That's Stim Major Andrew, you maroon. Stim Major Stanley is who transmogrified himself into a wisecracking ghost pepper in S41E29. It was hilarious, yet also scientifically accurate. But you obviously know nothing about ESM or science. Baron used to know something about ESM, at least back when it was called EFSM, but then the hyper-conglomerate Foxcast bought it, renamed it ESM, and ran it into the fucking ground. At first, Baron felt proud to not know who Stim Major Stanley was, but he was immediately humbled by the fact that he still had to present one to the customer and pray it would be adequate. Ugh, the customer balked as he examined the toy. This box is a microscopic dent on the corner. Not mint. Not primo. Give me another. Baron didn't see a dent, but he knew better than to question it. He pulled out another SMS. But is this to your satisfaction, kind sir? He asked with a bow. His knees popped and his sciatica sent electric needles coursing up his leg and through the base of his skull. It's not great, but it's better than that other piece of shit you tried to trick me into buying, the customer snorted. He grabbed for the figure, but caught only air and emasculation. My sincere apologies, O dark kind magistrate Christopher Lee, sir, Baron said, but I am obligated to escort this fine artifact with an E to the counter before you may take, utmost possession of it. I shall allow it, the patron sneered. Normally, he would have had a shit fit and started live streaming his harrowing experience, but since Baron struck him as a classy, old-school, albeit dark, kind Lovecraftian sir, he decided to choose the path of magnanimity this time. Baron slowly walked over to the checkout counter because what was the rush? $64.80, he sighed after ringing up the SMS. Excuse you? The anthropomorphic fat wheezed. It's $64.25 on babydealbellissimo.fu. Shipped and sold by? Baron asked perfunctorily. I don't know, but I definitely saw a lower number online somewhere and at some point. So you can either give me a price match or I can... His long fingernailed ranch powder stained thumb hovered over the first of 5 stars on pinkbabyreviewboys.fu. Nay, but I beseech you, my fine Bazinga sir, fret not, for we are in agreeance regarding the dark bartership on this most contustial eve. Indeed. The gross thumb retracted from the screen. That will be $64.25. Here's $65. Keep the change. You need it more than I do. The customer grabbed the toy and waddled away, chuckling while leaving a 2-star review titled, underwhelmed and viciously attacked. 25 reasons why Blur Spy is the worst spy, in which included Baron's full name, address, and social security number. As he exited, he passed an obese kid or maybe 30-year-old with sweat stains beneath his boobs, even though it was December. The spherical figure sauntered over to Baron. "Yo, Pops and Uncle Grindex." Oh, he rasped. How do you rasp? "Yo, Pops and Uncle Grindex," he rasped. "I've been out there working for minutes. I'm friggin' wiped. You guys want to snag lunch?" "Sure, Ultra Slaughter Dweem," Baron replied. "Let me see if Miss Connerson will let us take an early 30-minute lunch break. Maybe she will if I agree to stay a few hours late tonight and work on Christmas morning. That's fair, right?" As he loped across the store to ask his adolescent boss for permission to eat garbage food with his garbage son, Baron's balls clacked around like BBs in a shriveled balloon. His life had become a fucking nightmare. Cool. Dun, 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 dun,
Baron and Grindex to electronics. A robot. After a decade of working in retail, he learned how to appease patrons and keep bullshit to a minimum. "Give me one of those Stem Major Stanley Funko Pop." Don't use the real brand name. "Give me one of those Stem Major Stanley Funko Pop figures." Baron unlocked the game case and reached past a bunch of Escape from Sideburn Mountain VR video games and color-changing Escape from Sideburn Mountain coffee mugs that nerds only used for cocoa because coffee was yucky and a drug.
Even too far away.
So, you can either give me a... Here's 65. Keep the change.
Keep the change, you filthy animal. Alright. SB. Two. Then chapter 1.
First comes the stocking coat. Oh, dear Santa, feeling well? Give her a dolly that laughs and cries. Up on the housetop, click, click, click. Down the chimney, you sing.
Alright. Do a quick check because I fucked with the levels. Check, 1, 2, 1, 2. After Baron agreed to stay overnight. Let's see. After Baron agreed to stay overnight.
After Baron agreed...
Right. Chapter 2. After Baron agreed to stay overnight and also work Christmas Eve/day for the next 5 years, his boss let him take an early lunch. He decided to break the news to his son as they walked to Taco Bell. "Sorry, homie," he began. "I know you like us to be together on Christmas morning so we can eat turkey jerky and do scratch-off lottery cards as a family, but it looks like I'll be working this year. And every year. For infinity." "No prob, Pops," Dweem responded. "I'm spending Christmas morning at Mom's house anyway." Baron was surprised and a little bummed at how easily his son didn't give a shit that they wouldn't be chilling for the holidays. "Your mom's, eh?" Baron muttered. "Yep, I'm super pumped." "It's pumped. So, they got the Monsteropolis portal up and running again at Pizzeria 64? "Nah, it's all online now. You just stick your pinky in the USB drive, spray a little urine around, and boom, you're there." Things made less sense to Baron with each passing day. He used to attempt to keep up, but it was as if everything changed at an exponential pace. The more he tried, the faster things evolved. Eventually, he just stopped trying. He once heard on TV that one of the ways scientists measure depression is by sticking mice in a glass of water and seeing how long it takes for them to give up, stop swimming, and drown. The forced swim test, it was called. He sometimes wondered how long he would swim if he were one of the mice. Dad? Baron opened his eyes and found himself staring into the sunlit street. The little walk dude is flashing. Thanks, son. Old eyes. As they crossed the street, Baron started to reach for Dweem's hand like he used to when he was a child, when he was Ultra Slaughterhouse. He stopped and withdrew it. Yo, good man? Grindex called from Baron's back. Yep. Pump readings are just kinda... It's fine. Oh, wait. Pump readings are just kinda... Alright, hold on. I gotta get this straight. Yep. Pump readings are just kinda... I'm fine. Baron sternly interrupted. In their usual booth at Taco Bell, Baron stared at his son, who was attempting to concoct a queso Baja Freeze. He saw Layla and Dweem's chubby dimples, and he hated them for it. So, how is your mother? Baron asked. She's actually doing super baller right now. She's been on the interview circuit for her new book about the eating twisty diet, so she's not home all the time, but she took off a few days at Christmas so we can chill and she can give me a bunch of presents and pastries. The fuck is eating twisty? Oh, I think it's something about like how monsters used to eat. Like you eat stuff, but it twists with your guts, so it's more natural. She could explain it better. I'll pass. Have y'all talked recently? Is this... Alright, I'll check later. Not in a few weeks, Baron lied. It had been years since he last heard her shrill Vivitch voice. Bummer. I bet she will soon, though, Dweem said with a mouthful of Baja and bullshit. Oh, here we go. Bummer. I bet she will soon, though, Dweem said with a mouthful of Baja and bullshit. That's what I'm asking Santa for you and Mom to be cool again. Son, that's fucking R-worded, Baron snapped. Layla, or your mom, made it perfectly clear that we're never getting back together. He and Layla had tried countless times, at least 3, to make things work. But after Baron accidentally liked an Instagram picture of Serena Williams bending over a tennis net, Layla said she was 100% done forever. Oh, I know that, Dweem said. She'd never bail on Randy. But I just want y'all to be cool again, to at least talk. The fuck is Randy? But before Dweem could answer, Grindex cut in. He knew that whatever Dweem's answer was would only get Baron even more pissed/bummed. So, how are you planning to get that request to Santa? He asked. Christmas is right around the corner and you can't read/write. Yeah, but that's why I'm gonna see him in person. He's at Christmas Kingdom down I-64 near that flea market where the kid was found gutted and stuffed with soft pretzel bites. Sweet, Grindex responded. So anyway, Mom and Rand, did you buy a season pass or are you buying a one-day ticket or what? One day, but I'm planning to ask Santa for a season pass as my second wish. Third, actually, after some of that chalk that works in the bathtub. Or maybe fourth after one of those monkeys that turns into a basketball. You can take those in the bathtub, so it makes sense to double up. Oh yeah, and a copy of Deshaun Bitch's Guide to Getting Bitches, because Mom said I need to learn how to talk to women so I don't turn out like, sounds like you got it all figured out. Totally. Oof. Wait, what were we talking about? Dweem puzzled. He had his dad's ADHD, so he got derailed super easily. Baron had kept up, though, and he appreciated what Grindex did for him. He didn't actually want to know shit about Randy. Fuck Randy. If I could make a wish to Santa, Baron thought, it would be for everything to go back to how it used to be. When Grindex and I were young and pumped and had sweet government contract jobs and our necks didn't hurt all the time. Oh, you were about to tell us how/when you were going to visit Santa and his sweet, sweet magic, Baron said. Oh, right. I may go to Christmas Kingdom after work tonight. Why? Do you and Uncle Grindex want to go? Definitely, Baron announced to the 4 other people at Taco Bell, none of whom were interested or impressed. But we're not waiting until tonight. It's in my family trip time. Alright, I gotta make sure this voice is not gonna be too grating for 25 fucking chapters.
Totally. Oof.
All right.
Sounds like you got it all figured out. Totally. Bitches. Because Mom said I need to learn. You can take those in the bathtub, so it makes sense to double up. Oh yeah, and a copy of Deshaun Bitch's Guide to Getting Bitches. Because Mom said I need to learn how to talk to women so I don't turn out like. Sounds like you got it all figured out.
It's not bad. I don't know how else to do fucking Dweem voice. Let's see. Oh, I know that. No, it's the girl voice. Oh, I know. I can do like 3 fucking voices and that's it. Oh, I know that, Dweem said. She'd never bail on Randy. I already fucking lost this.
You can take those in the bathtub.
You can take those. All right.
You can take those.
I'm locking this shit in for now. For at least another chapter. Okay. Chapter 3. This is so nuts! Dweem yelled excitedly as he crashed into the mountain of chewed gum. Dweem yelled excitedly as he crashed into the mountain of chewed gum and used condoms shaped like a bus seat. I can't believe we're actually ditching work. I'd love to see Miss Cunnerson's face right now. No joke. Baron chuckled from the other side of the bus because there's no way he, Grindex, or anyone else could fit into a seat next to Dweem. She'd be all like, Baron, go to my office right now and stack those boxes next to the computer. Lift slowly and at the knees, then at the waist. Make sure the webcam is facing those buttered buns, for OSHA reasons. But keep the monitor off. I'll be in there to check on your shorts. Check on you shortly. Maybe I should do that in a lady voice. She'd be all like, Baron, go to my office right now and stack those boxes next to the computer. Lift slowly and at the knees, then at the waist. Make sure the webcam is facing those buttered buns, for OSHA reasons. But keep the monitor off. I'll be in there to check on your shorts. Check on you shortly. What the fuck? Grindex stammered. Is that what you do in there? Yeah, I lift boxes and do other box stuff. Then why do you always have red stuff on your neck afterwards? Looks like lipstick. It looks like lipstick. It's just Gatorade, okay? Sometimes I pour it on my neck or maybe my crotch to cool down after lifting boxes. Dad, you know you can tell us any... Dweem started. Just forget it, Baron interrupted. What I do in there puts mac on the table and occasionally cheese. All that matters is that we get to Santa. Once I get my wish, we won't have to worry about Blur Spy or customers or playing Guess the Moisture Source ever again. Kind of fucked that up. Or playing Guess the Moisture Source ever again. The trio rode in silence for a bit, each of them visualizing / trying not to visualize the viscous horrors. To stay as far as he could in the latter group, Baron took in his immediate surroundings. The bus was jam-packed with a menagerie of weirdos, pervs, and perv weirdos. My contemporaries, he would have thought if he knew what the word meant. Instead, he thought, oh my fuckness, someone in here smells like they took a dump after eating a fart out. Oh my fuckness, someone in here smells like they took a dump after eating a fart omelet. I wonder if it's me. A few years ago, he wouldn't have been caught dead riding / smelling the bus. He and Grindex would have simply jet booted to Christmas Kingdom, laughing, barrel rolling, and pissing on pedestrians the entire way. But Dweem was too fat to carry, and he couldn't wear jet boots of his own because they didn't come in prescription diabetes sizes. It had been so long since Baron used his boots, he wasn't sure... It had been so long since Baron used his boots, he wasn't even sure he could anymore. He kicked his right heel onto the ground, and a small blue flame appeared, grew, and died over the course of a second. Baron sighed and turned his attention out the window, something he did a lot when he was a kid on the school bus. When I grow up, he used to think as he watched the world pass by, everything will be sweeter. He wouldn't have to rely on his mom anymore, which is about as fruitful as relying on a betta fish that had been microwaved in a glass of vodka. He could move out of the house and find his dad, whoever he was, and together they'd shoot hoops and slap five and kick holes in the drywall, but not give a fuck because now they had a new place to store fruit snacks. Everything seemed to be on track at the time. Even the strangers in white coats promised that someday everything would get more pumped. Being a kid is hard, they'd say while smiling and scribbling on a notepad, but life will get better. But then Baron blinked, and they instead began furrowing their brows and warning, "You're not a kid anymore. Knees hurt and grandmas die and don't come back no matter how much you want them to." And then the strangers in white coats became kids themselves. "Ow!" Baron shouted as he clasped his arm. Grindex released his non-venomous bite. "Sorry, man, you were getting that weird, testy look again." "Oh, I don't think you're allowed to say that," Baron replied. "Really? Since when?" "I don't know, since forever." "But what about Getting Tisty with It, our #1 album?" That was 1996. Fucking Crypt Keeper had a Christmas record, and Ren and Stimpy were singing about circus hymn words. It was the Wild West back then. Shit. Even Freddy Krueger had been rapping for a decade. But it's not okay now, even though you're... Nah, better not. Okay, well, you were moving further down the spectrum than usual? Up would be better. That has a more positive ring to it. You were moving further up the spectrum than usual. Should be kosher. So I bit you because I was worried. Perfect. And I appreciate it, homie. As Dweem slept and drooled all over his moobs, a deranged prevert, sick as a mug, on the back of the bus stared at him and rode every bump of the road extra hard. Meanwhile, Baron softly played a folk metal cover of Green Sleeves on Grindex until their tin eyes saw street signs and drug dealers transform into Christmas trees and candy canes. "We're here, dude. Wake up," Baron said to his son. Dweem chiseled away his eye boogers right as the bus drove under a wooden sign that read in red and green letters, "Kelpum to Christmas Kingdom." Santa, he whispered in his dreamy, stupid state while popping the slightest bone. The bus screeched up to the entrance and dropped off the trio before pulling away with the rest of the asylum. Baron, Grindex, and Dweem approached the front gate, where an elf in a lime green velvet costume chilled in a tiny booth protected by bulletproof glass. "Have a holly jolly greeting," the elf sang. "It's the best time of the year to get your Christmas Kingdom Family Fun Pass. Buy or renew today for exclusive discounts at all Fruitopia vending machines throughout the park." "I don't think Fruitopia's existed for like decades," Baron snapped. The elf stared blankly. "Would you like to buy or renew your Christmas Kingdom Family Fuck Pass?" "Family Fuck Pass? No friggin' way!" "I didn't say that, friendo." The elf's hands started twitching. He saw that Baron noticed, so he tried hiding them under his computer's keyboard tray, which only made it violently vibrate. "I just want 3 normal tickets," Baron said. "One day, one way." Sorry. I just want 3 normal tickets. Baron said. "One day, one way. If this shit doesn't work out, we're not coming out." Well, I am, Dweem corrected obliviously. "I gotta go to Mom's, remember?" "Fine, 2 one-ways. You on board, Grindex? Little Christmas suicide pact?" "Fart yeah, man," Grindex replied with the confidence of a guitar/spider monster who gives no fucks. I like that. One way. The elf drifted off. Baron let him do his thing for a bit because he understood what it was like. Sorry. the elf said after his eyes became dry and he remembered to blink. That'll be, $1,225. The fucking shit? For 3 tickets? Plus parking. But we took the bus. See, once Tyre's on the grounds, I have to charge you. Just remember, if you don't get what you're after, then money won't matter. Satisfaction is thus guaranteed. Because if you don't get what you're after, well, you know, the elf said with a sly wink. Oh, I know, Baron said with a wink back as he slid a stolen credit card to the elf. Dweem's brain had become plastinated by ages of pizza bagels and urban smog, so he smiled and winked even though he had no idea what was going on. The elf shook his head disapprovingly. Enjoy the park, boys, he muttered. He then turned to Dweem and whispered through the spit-covered mouthholes in the glass. And you have a wonderful Christmas time with Mommy, my corpulent little holiday ham. Dweeb gave him Dweem gave a concerned look to his dad, who was already through the metal detector. Dweem gave a concerned look to his dad, who was already through the metal detector and in the park with Grindex. Hurry the fuck up, son! Baron shouted. Dweem passed through the detector with no problem since he only had gummy sharks and used tissues in his pockets. He scanned the crowd for his dad and uncle, but they were nowhere to be found. Just as panic began to set in, he heard Baron shrieking in the distance.
Be found. Just as panic began to set in, he heard Baron shrieking in the distance. No Christmas suicide, Pat? Fart yeah, man.
Should be alright.
Rover, come here. Are you all alone? Haven't they tossed you an extra bone? Here's one to gladden your honest job.
Now wag a thank you for Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho. Who wouldn't go? Ho, ho, ho. Who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, click, click. Down to the chimney with good Saint Nick. Ho, ho, ho. Who wouldn't go?
Chapter 4. The fuck is this monstrosity? Perfect start. Let me just fully start this bad boy over. Chapter 4. What the fuck is this monstrosity? Baron yelled. Dweem tracked the voice and Waddle ran over. Pops, what's wrong? There's a fucking Eiffel Tower in the middle of the park. How baby ass. Plus, how is that even Christmassy? Dweem sighed in relief. I wonder if it's too late to get a refund, Baron said as he headed back toward the entrance. Dude, just ignore it, Grindex replied, and check out all the cool shit that's around it. Baron scoped out the sights. Directly in front of him, an ornate fountain shot red and green ice water all over the place. On both sides of the tower, sidewalks were lined with candy canes, incandescent Christmas lights, big-ass gumdrops, and bigger-ass gingerbread houses. Oh, damn, true, Baron gasped. Talk about scraping the goodie off. Now you got it, Grindex responded. Dweem had no idea what they were talking about since Scrape the Goodie Off closed shortly after he was born in Monsteropolis, and the one time his dad tried to tell him about his and Grindex's adventures there, Dweem zoned out around the Mrs. Bones part. Well, let's not fuck around, shall we? Baron announced. We all came here for one reason, so let's get to it. That sign over there says Santa's at Ye Old Nog Lodge. Looks like it's straight... The ruckus. Looks like it's straight ahead, past all the roller coasters, arcades, and pizza bounce houses. Do that one again. That sign over there says Santa's at Ye Old Nog Lodge. Looks like it's straight ahead, past all the roller coasters, arcades, and pizza bounce houses. Dweem began to sweat more than usual. We get to do some of that stuff first, though, right? Like, at least the pizza bounce house? I don't even know what that is, but somehow it's all I've ever wanted in life. No friggin' way. I'm a dad, so we gotta stay on schedule. Look, I have a list and everything. He pulled out a crumpled up sheet of legal paper comprising a list of chores related to yards, garages, hardware stores that reeked of pesticide, and dry cleaners that also reeked of pesticide. See? He said proudly. Them's the bricks, kid. That's a saying, right? Them's the road? I don't know. A fucking chore list. Me too, Grindex said as he produced a tiny list from his output jack. Dweem strained his eyes to read what was written in spider scrawl. Chill, mostly, but also clean NBs. Chill, mostly, but also clean NBs. What are NBs? Dweem asked. New Balances, Baron and Grindex replied in unimpressed unison. Jeez, it's like you're not even a dad. The trio beelined straight to Ye Olde Nog Lodge, a large wooden banquet hall that looked like a toy cabin had it starred in the movie Honey, I Blew Up the Christmas, its porn parody, Honey, I Blew Up the Christmas All Over Your Face, or its porn parody sequel, Honey, I Blew Up the Christmas All Over Your Face too, Honey, I Blew the Christmas. Wow! Dweem exclaimed as he spun around and soaked in every holly jolly sight, sound, and smell. To his right was a tiny fudgery, where a cheery Mrs. Claus pumped out log after log of the good stuff. To his left loomed aisles of t-shirts featuring the holographic or lenticular visages of Christmas Kingdom's mascots, like Dweezil the reindeer and Boosnoos the snow dog clown. In the far corner stood a makeshift shop. In the far corner stood a makeshift shop that sold nothing but pristine, brand new Sega Saturn games for crazy cheap. In the other corner, an animatronic/anthropomorphic corncob with a straw hat and a piece of straw hanging from his mouth churned butter. It looked over to Dweem and winked. Oh, Dweem moaned as he entered sensory/pump overload. He spun around harder and squeezed his bosoms together in pure Christmas glee. What to do first? None of this bullshit, Baron growled. It's Santa time, son. Do you need to see the chore lists again? Dweem's pump plummeted as Baron grabbed his hand and pulled him to the center of the lodge, where Santa king chilled on a silver throne, which throne chilled on a golden dais. Yo, Santa, Baron began sternly. We got a shit ton of wishes and a rabbit poop of time. Ho, 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 Santa laughed. Isn't that a delightful little phrase? A rabbit duty of time. Poop, Baron corrected. Shit, Grindex added. Don't you get it, Dad? Dweem said with a nudge. He's a Santa. Santas don't curse. They're like Mormons. Oh, damn, Baron replied. Dang, Dweem corrected. Darn, Santa Hundo corrected. So, y'all also don't drink caffeine and you have a bunch of wives and stuff? Grindex asked. We're not allowed to drink coffee or tea, but for some reason Coke is okay, even Monster, and the wife stuff is just fundamentalist Santas. That's a whole different thing. Well, I don't agree with it, but I respect it, Baron Brown-nosed. Now, about our wishes. I'm afraid you'll have to wait in line, young men, Santa said kindly, but I can't wait to hear them. I bet they're terrific wishes. Baron turned around into a sea of crabby mom and bum baby faces. Oh, damn, sorry, Baron said because he knew he had to stay halfway decent until he got his wish. Darn. He, Grindex, and Dweem busted to the back of the line and waited behind a group of goth teens who claimed to be taking the picture with Santa ironically. They kept calling him Satan Claus, threw up the horns because they thought it was hilarious, and when They kept calling him Satan Claus, threw up the horns because they thought it was hilarious, and when they finally got to Santa, the one girl in the group tried to sit on his lap so she could look cool/sassy in the picture, but when he was like, "No, we don't do that here," she got offended and frowned more than usual, and afterward told everyone outside that Santa was a filthy pervert, even though he didn't do anything. After 900 years, it was the trio's turn to approach the silver and gold throne. That was quick, boys, Santa said with a smile. We're not wasting any time. We got STDs. Santa's smile quickly dropped. We got STDs. Santa's smile quickly dropped. Oh, I see. Well then, I suppose you'll be wishing for penicillin in your stockings. Nah, fart that. We don't need drugs. Probably just snag a couple energy drinks and knock it out. Energy drinks? For STDs? Yeah, man. Nothing like a shoot ton of caffeine when you got stuff to do. Ah, ho, 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 Santa laughed. Stuff to do. How delightful. But why is stuff to do STDs, plural? Because there's more than one stuff to do. Then why not stuffs to do? SS? Alright. Then why not stuffs to do? SSTD? S's to do? Baron Mold? Nah, man, we're not trying to do any S's. That goth chick was right about you. You're a little freaky deaky. What's your wish? Santa said, beginning to lose his saintly patience. I wish for Mom and Dad to be friends again, Dweem shouted as he pushed past Baron. Well, isn't that a beautiful wish? Santa roared in delight. Somebody is about to get the fart, not the Alright, try this again. Somebody's about to get the fart, not the fuck, grounded, Baron growled. No, Santa chided. This young man is so passionate about reconciling his parents that he couldn't wait a second longer, and I think that's just fine. Tell me, lad, who's your daddy, and why did he and your mommy break up? Dweem started. This time, Baron cut him off. What do you mean, who's your daddy? I'm standing right here. You should know that. But of course, the Santa laughed. Just an old Santa trick. He winked, but no sprinkle nor sparkle nor candy cane dust came out of his eye pocket. Only a tiny, not even Christmas green eye booger. Yeah, friggin' right, Baron shouted as he put the pieces together. Tell me, what's this dude's name? He spun around to reveal Grindex on his back. The guitar/spider monster winked all 8 eyes and sparkles went everywhere. The fuck is that? Santa screamed so loudly that his beard flew off and onto Dweem's chubby hamster cheeks. I knew it, Baron declared. You're not the real Santa. No, Dweem said as he straightened his new fake beard. I am. You're fucking grounded is what you are, Baron snapped. Baron snapped as he snatched the beard off Dweem. He threw it back at the was-a Santa, now just a stranger. Your beard's fake and so are you. And look at those acne scars. Fucking gross. You're right, the imposter said sadly. I'm not Santa. My real name is Butt-Butt. And I got pimples when I was a kid because I would eat straight butter, or sometimes butter with little dinosaur fruit snacks jammed into it so it looked like they were stuck in a tar pit. Santa, you're not real? Dweem stammered. Butt-Butt, Grindex corrected excitedly. You're just some fat, pockmarked guy named Butt-Butt? Dweem trailed off. I'm sorry, Butt-Butt apologized. So there really is no Santa, and I'll never get my one true Christmas wish. Baron cringed at his kid saying one true Christmas wish. It's one thing to hit up a magical dude and tell him what you want so you get it, he thought. But Dweem is making it too weird/baby. Plus he's way too old for this shit. Yeah, Butt-Butt sucks, he said. Let's get out of here. Well, Dweem, you get out of here. Your uncle and I are gonna hang around for a bit. Baron and Grindex chuckled as the latter unwound 2 of his strings and made them dance around like little nooses. Hey, make it 3, Butt-Butt said with a smile. Hell no, Baron snapped. You made my kid realize there's no such thing as Santa/magic, so you're not getting shit except maybe a couple swift kicks to the ping pong. Yeah, Butt-Butt, Grindex chimed in because he was really enjoying the name. Wait a present-picking second, the imposter said while covering his crotch. Now, I never said there was no such thing as the real Santa. I'm listening, Baron said. Dweem turned his head hopefully, his chubby little meatball eyes growing in wonderment. Fake Santa leaned in closely and whispered, The real Santa is right here, in this park. But you just said you weren't Santa, Dweem said exasperatedly. And you have doo-doo breath, Grindex added. Baron cracked up. We should start calling him doo-doo instead of butt-butt. Or butt breath. Doo-doo breath. Doo-doo butt breath island man. Shut the fuck up for half a second, you idiots, Butt-Butt snarled. None of the trio was surprised Butt-Butt cursed because they knew that since he wasn't actually Santa, he no longer had to be Mormon nice. A bunch of kids started crying, though, and moms began letting the Yelp A bunch of kids started crying, though, and moms began letting the Yelp reviews fly. A bunch of kids started crying, though, and moms began letting the Yelp reviews fly. Well, there goes my job, Butt-Butt sighed. And Christmas for my kids. Thanks a lot. He rose from his Santa throne and headed to the door. Wait, Baron yelled as he followed. You still have to tell us about the real Santa. I don't have to do shit for you now that you got me fired. Get fucked. Bad bye. Try it again. I don't have to do shit for you now that you got me fired. Get fucked. Bad bye. Bad bye. Please, Santa man, Dweem called from behind them. Baron and Butt-Butt turned to find Dweem sitting in Santa's throne, trying to look like a sad puppy with developmental issues. But since he was just a dumpy fat kid, or possibly a dumpy fat adult with a greasy bowl cut and clothes that smelled like porta potty aged cheese, it looked pathetic in a way that he wasn't going for at all. Baron frowned and shook his head in fatherly disappointment, and Butt-Butt shook his head in fake Santa-ly disappointment. Man, y'all are annoying, he muttered. I mean, you're just genuinely unlikable people. And Guitar/Spider Monster, Grindex added. Oh yeah, and Guitar/Spider Monster. How could I ever forget something so cool? The Santa imposter said sarcastically. He was really starting to act like a dick, but Baron let it slide in order to hear about the top Sikhs. Luckily, his patience paid off. Look, Butt-Butt began. I'll tell you the secret, A, if you leave me alone, and B, because you'll probably get killed on your quest. Deal, Baron agreed. This park, it changes at night. Just wait till 12:25 CM and you'll see. CM? Christmas magic time. Not child molester time or Chinese moo time or anything else stupid or offensive, so don't even start. Whoa, project much? Baron replied indignantly, even though he was trying hard not to crack up at Chinese moo time. Sorry, I'm just tired. Y'all are tiring. Stay here till 12:25 CM. That's when their haunted house is open. That's when they all come out. Baron became instant intrigued. Whoa, who? The 13 Creeps. The 13 Creeps of Christmas. Spooky Basement Volume 2. The 13 Creeps of Christmas. Bum bum ba-dum. Bum bum ba-dum. Ba-ba-da-bum. Let's see what's coming up if I want to kill it now or do one more. Dun dun dun. Bum bum ba bum 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 ba bum. I can probably do one more. Chapter 5. Baron, Grindex, and Dweem left the Nog Lodge feeling repumped and reprimed. All they had to do was wait till 12:25 CM, and then they could find Santa and get their wishes. Unfortunately, none of them carried a watch or had enough friends to warrant having a cell phone, so they spotted a Christmas Kingdom worker and busted up to ask her for the time. Excuse me, elf, do you know what time it is? Baron asked politely. What did you just call me? The worker said as she spun around in her bell-tip shoes. Elf? Sorry, I forgot you're a girl elf. Elfstress? Elf madame? I'm a little person, you fucking jackass. Oh, fuck, Byrne replied as he turned the color of a Christmas hollyberry against Christmas snow at Christmas. I'm super sorry. Let me try again. Excuse me, little person, do you have the time? My name is Cindy, fucko, not little person. Somehow that's even worse than elf. Oh, man. I already can't remember how fucking Dweem talks. Like Cindy Lou Who. How's boy talk? It's just...
Gold throne. But, of course, not even Cleo Corindax on the boys. Oh, Santa Honda Hutch. In the other corner, found and soaked in M's together and hauled a trio beeline straight. Honey, I blew up the Christmas all over your face. It sounded good stuff. To his left, loomed makeshift shop. Morphic corn. First. Thumbs together and yo, time. Poop. Very incorrect. Ho, ho, ho. Isn't that a rabid duty of... Very incorrect. Shit. Grindex added. Don't you get it, Dad?
Don't you get it, Dad? Don't you get it, Dad? Don't you get it? All right. Oh, like Cindy Lou Who, Dweem said with a smile that caused his... Oh, like Cindy Lou Who, Dweem said with a smile that caused his fat cheeks to slam his eyes shut. No, like an independent adult whose parents named her Cindy 25 years ago when she was born. A Cindy who now works at a stupid fucking Christmas park so she can pay off all her college loans and medical bills. A Cindy who used to be marketing relations manager at a Fortune 64 company, but once she needed neck surgery, her boss fired her because her disproportionately large ass was sending his insurance rates and blood pressure through the roof. Really wish Cindy had recorded him saying that, but she didn't. So now she works here. Laminectomies don't grow on trees, you know. Of course you do. Of course you do. Anyway, what did you need? Help understanding how to tell time? Damn, Cindy, sorry, Byrne apologized, but yeah, what time is it? It's 12 to... The building behind the definitely not an elf exploded in red and green flames, and spooky organ covers of Christmas carols started blaring from speakers hidden inside decorative presents. The kid zone of the park shut down immediately. Oh no! Cindy cried as she attempted to scramble away. You fucking idiots made me late, and now... A candy cane burst through her throat, sending her precious vertebrae and surgery-grade screws spraying in every direction. Byrne and Grindex knew to turn their heads and bust a sweet power stance, but this was Dweem's first proper adventure, so he screamed and caught most of the grossness across his eyes and in his mouth. He began to scream harder. Byrne and Grindex turned back around and unassumed their stance. 5. Chinese moo-moo time, Grindex coolly finished. Byrne was torn between cracking up at his buddy's callback and comforting his dumb son, so he remained at plump equilibrium and did nothing but nod and dart his eyes around like crazy/usual. One of the sights his peepers picked up was an intense elf monstrous, who held the candy cane at crotch level. It was covered in LP guts. The candy cane was, not the elf or her crotch. The crotch was kind of covered, but not nearly as much as the candy cane. Greetings, boys! The elf screamed in a British accent as she left over Cindy's corpse. Fine day for a Christmas, isn't it? Ooh-wee, I guess, Byrne declared, really feeling this monster's pump. Are you one of the 13 creeps? Creeps, the elf monster. Whoa, there's a missing word there. Creeps, the elf monster said as she popped the candy cane into her mouth. Creeps with a K, not creeps with a C. Do not let the Eiffel Tower fool you, friendo, for we are not crepes. The fart? Byrne balked. Crepes and creeps, which I said, are totally different words. The elf was being super annoying, but he felt a twinge of sympathy. The elf was being super annoying, but he felt a twinge of sympathy because he kind of identified with her annoyingness/overthinking of dumb stuff like letters. But then he felt an oncoming tidal wave of sympathy for everyone he's done something similar to, so he but then he felt an oncoming tidal wave of sympathy for everyone he's done something similar to, so he quickly quashed that. Anyway, how can you tell the difference between a C and a K when they... No, the elf interrupted with a shudder. The K is of utmost importance. I can't stress enough the importance of the K. She winked at Baron. Dweem thought she was winking at him, though, so he began popping a microscopic bone. Yeah, Dad, Dweem said cavalierly. She's not a Christmas Kingdom creep. She's a Christmas Kingdom... The elf smiled maniacally. You've got it, fat tits, she whispered as she licked the last drop of blood from the candy cane. Big fat boy tits. Premature balding. Fat boy stupid tits. Finish it. Creep, Dweem finished in a sad whisper. Creep, Dweem finished in a sad whisper. Oh, get the fuck out of here, Baron yelled pissedly. Christmas Kingdom creeps? KKK? What are you, fucking Nazi elves? Of course not, the elf laughed. Don't be silly. That'd be as cliche as if we were all robots run amok or effeminate dentists. We just like the letter K. You can trust me. I would love to see your body beneath your skin, by the way. Or we could take a long subdermal look at your chubby alopecia boyfriend. I imagine he'd look like a snowman under that... I imagine he'd look like a snowman underneath that pastry flesh... I imagine he'd look like a snowman underneath that pastry flesh, don't you? A gelatinous snowman. We could put salt on the snow and watch it roil. Yo, put a bookmark in that shit and stay with me, Baron demanded. Yeah, Dweem yelled, and I'm not his boyfriend. I'm his cool single son, and I'm really strong and single. Yeah. The elf bit her lip until it dripped blood. Bookmark your bullshit too, Dweem, Baron chastised. I haven't said anything, Grindex said proudly. And don't think I haven't noticed, Baron responded just as proudly. You're being a very good Grindex. Dweem kicked a tiny pebble and muttered something under his breath. See, my best friend /guitar/spider monster is black, Baron started. So you can either be a Christmas Kingdom creep or a Christmas Kingdom crepe, but you definitely can't be a Christmas Kingdom creep. We're not abiding that shit for a fuck's second. The elf winced. You win. Creep is fine, she said with a sly grin. Oh, bitch, Baron snapped. I can totally hear the difference now. It's either C or we're out of here. Why would I care if you leave? She said while phallically popping the candy cane back into her mouth. Because then you won't be able to take my... Because then you won't be able to skin my son and pour salt on him. True, she replied thoughtfully. She removed the candy cane from her mouth. It now had a crazy sharp point. I would need help holding him down. Pouring cold water on his face so he'd stay awake. Someone to run the camera. Dad? Silence, baby boy. Look, elf or little person, just in case you... Look, elf or little person, just in case. You have your Christmas wish, and I have mine, Baron said. Tell me where Santa is so I can get my shit, and I'll help you get yours. Dear, the elf replied. She stuck the candy cane back in her mouth and pulled a map from inside of her curly bell-tipped hat. Baron immediately snatched the map with his left hand and punched the candy cane with his right, skewering the elf monstrous a la reverse cannibal holocaust, so the pointed end was sticking out of her crotch. There, Baron chuckled. You just got yours, bish. Nazi-ass bish, Grindex clarified. My girlfriend, Dweem wailed. He ran over to her corpse and tried to pull the candy cane out, which only caused more elf blood/slime to squirt all over. Dude, she wanted to torture you, Baron said, and fucking film it. Yeah, but only because she liked me so much. She was all up on the piece. No way, Grindex said. She was obviously into your pops. I was next in line. You were on cleanup. Don't cleanup hitters go fourth? Nah, I mean like you'd be cleaning up after us. On your hands and knees with a paper towel, crying and shit. Oh, fuck! Baron cracked up. Grindex, that was friggin' brutal! Out of nowhere, too! Dweem muttered something and kicked what he thought was another pebble, but it was actually one of his girlfriend's bloody teeth. He knelt down and surreptitiously put it in his pocket. Alright, let's see, Baron said while opening the map and still chuckling. There it is. Oh, wait. There he is, Baron said after a quick scan. See the little Santa symbol? Dunzo. Which one? Grindex asked. What do you mean, which one? It's the Santa symbol, right? Baron looked at the map again. There were 13 Santa symbols on it. Well, fuck knockers, he lamented. Looks like Dweem killed his elf monster girlfriend a bit too prematurely. Now we've got to hit up every Santa in the park until we find the real one. Wait, was I the one who? Dweem began. Stupid Dweem, Grindex yelled as Baron lovingly slung him. Grindex yelled as Baron. Alright. Stupid Dweem. Stupid Dweem, Grindex yelled as Baron lovingly slung him across his back and the duo headed into the park. Sorry, Pops and Uncle Grindex, Dweem said contritely. He took one last look at the dead body of his beloved, apologized to her too, then bounced after his dad like a greasy pug's Super Ball. Alright. I think that'll do it. Dun, 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 dun. Oh. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll probably be back tomorrow night. Hehehe. Bye.